So you want to get in on the trend of house hacking. Normally, house hacking is buying a multifamily 2, 3, or 4 units, which are all residential properties, living in one unit, renting the others. But it's a little harder than it seems in New Jersey. So that's why this is specific to New Jersey. That's where I live and do the majority of my business, although we operate in several other states. But New Jersey is a very difficult market to house hack, but not impossible. You just have to go in with the right goals and understand how it's going to work. Part of the reason it's hard in New Jersey is that prices are extremely high. There's been a run on house hacking for years, and investors looking for properties that are close to New York City with possible travel lines that can help enhance the value on both aspects in rent and on your firm value. And also, New Jersey has really, really high taxes. So when you combine those both with your traditional house hack strategy, which is as low money down as possible, which means it could come with PMI, private mortgage insurance. So that's going to cost you extra money. So the craziest thing that it's actually okay to house hack with a negative, like a loss of cash flow in the beginning. You're getting the benefit of the home. You really want to run your numbers for while you're there and then when you leave. And then each year you're going to update that if rents have gone up so you can get more for your unit. And when you see that you're at a positive after you've left, that's a great time to start to look into going into the next one if you plan on doing a continual house hack strategy where you would try to refinance before you leave the first one, leave as little money in as possible, take your equity in the first house, put it in as a down payment to a second house. But there are some strategies that can really help you in New Jersey. Since it's a difficult house hack market, you have to think a little bit outside the box as what's going to work for you. So if you're a single person or just a couple with no kids, you have some advantages in the house hack market because you can live in a smaller unit. So what you want to do when you're looking at house hacks is looking for uneven multifamilies. That doesn't mean that there's a structural problem. It means that the bedroom and bath and the configuration is not equal in each unit. Your traditional duplex, say, is just a 2 bedroom, 1 bath, and a 2 bedroom, 1 bath with either opposite layouts or on top the exact same layout. But you really want one to maximize your money with a 1 bedroom unit and then, say, a 4 bedroom duplex on top. So you have 2 units with one much bigger because then you can get more cash for the bigger unit, live in the smaller unit. There's also a 2+1. It's a little bit difficult, but in New Jersey, they're very tough. So if you think you're getting a 2+1, which is 2 legal units and a border unit, and you think you're going to rent the border unit out to somebody, you're probably not going to be able to because as it goes through the sale, the town's going to catch on. We're going to see the town card and it's not going to be verified. You can, as an owner, live in a border unit without a stove. In most areas, they won't give you a problem as long as you are the owner. So that's another way. If you get a 2+1 and say there's a separate entry to a basement unit and there is correct egress out the side, but it's not egress for a 3 family, it's egress for safety, and you're not going to put a stove down there, you're going to use a hot plate for like a year and the bathroom's legal, you might be good to go in house hacking it that way, where then you would actually be getting rent on the 2 real units and living in the bonus border unit. So those are some little tricks that can really help you as a New Jersey house hacker. But look, it's going to be tough because most multifamilies you're going to be up against 10, 20, 30, 40 people sometimes in northern New Jersey. I think you can do a little better in Hudson County than you can do in Essex County, which is a little bit strange because the access to the city is better. It's just that there's a lot of multis in Hudson County. They're clustered in Essex County in the towns, so there's lots of towns that you can do better than others. And multifamily living is really something that you have to consider. Am I up for this? Do I understand what I'm getting? And also, am I ready to be a landlord? If you're going to house hack in the state of New Jersey and not make a ton of money, you're definitely not going to involve property management, especially when you're not living there. You have no room to pay out 10% for help. So you need to learn how to self-manage your properties as a landlord, develop a good relationship with the tenants, and you can't hide from being the owner. They're going to find out, and there's no reason to hide because you want them to be accountable to you, and you want to have a human-to-human relationship. So when it comes to house hacking in New Jersey, it's going to be a tougher ride than you think. If you're trying to do an FHA house hack in New Jersey, I really wish you good luck, but you're really, really up against it right now. One, the problem is most people with FHA are going to be looking at properties that are going to be a little bit tough for FHA on the inspection end. So for FHA, your best bet is to get a renovated property. You can pay more with less money down, and you would be able to do those. And if it's been renovated, they're not going to be worried about FHA inspections. The ones that are in so-so shape, they really aren't going to be interested in taking an FHA loan because FHA has separate inspections. You can't waive inspections. You can't do anything with FHA. You can't even really guarantee that you won't make requests, so you can't offer on as-is properties with an FHA loan. So if you are going to use an FHA to do traditional house hack in New Jersey, you have to be very, very careful because you have your PMI, high taxes, high prices. But there are certain areas where you can do better depending on how far you can go out. If you don't have to get into New York City, there's plenty of towns out, Morris, Somerset County, Warren County, where you can do really pretty nicely the further out you go. And even if you go south, you can do okay. It just depends on how close to New York City you need to be or to wherever you work. So a couple things to consider when you're looking at multifamily properties to house hack in New Jersey. I would always go for parking. If you don't have parking at all and it's just street parking, that's going to hurt you for later on resale, and it's going to kind of be a pain in the neck. It's just going to be a problem later on if you don't have that. If you're close to train access, that's great, but you're kind of like eliminating people who have cars. Had it for investor clients of mine where we don't have parking in a fourplex, and some people aren't able to rent because they just want guaranteed parking. So I would pay up for parking. I think it's definitely helpful. I'd pay up for a little bit of backyard space for clients. And I think you're looking to make sure that when you're buying into a multifamily, that everything's already separated. This is one of your most important parts because remember, it's tight in New Jersey. Taxes, prices, PMI, it's tight. You want to make sure that if it's a two-family or a three-family or a four-family, that all of the utilities are separated. So if it's a four-family, you want to see 4 furnaces, 4 hot water heaters. You should have 5 electric boxes, 1 for common space. You could have 4 or 5 gas meters. You just want to make sure that they're all set up for their own billing, so you don't have to be involved in that. Maybe you're only involved in water and sewer, which in this part of New Jersey does not cost a lot. So those are some things to really look out for. Don't skip the basement if you're a house hacker thinking like, hey, this isn't a big deal. It's just a basement. The basement is where all the problems are. So if you want to be good at house hacking, you have to be good at looking at properties, and you need the help of an investor-friendly agent who understands what your goals of house hacking are. How long are you planning to stay? Is it 1 year, 2 years? Are we hoping that rates come down and you can refinance and then get a windfall on appreciation? These things are all important, but just remember, as a new house hacker or someone who wants to get back in and house hack in New Jersey, it's not going to be easy, but it's not impossible. My name is Jonathan Green. I run that team up over my shoulder there. Streamline Properties. We're brokered by Real Broker, and we're happy to help you. You can find us at streamlined with a D properties. We are investor specialists. I've been working with investors for 10 years on market with a license, and I've been investing my whole life. We're here to help you. Hope this has been helpful.